Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of the HermitPack. In today's episode, we're going to be working a little bit on this setup. I want to get into improved storage, I believe it's called. Refined storage. I want to get into refined storage, which is basically like an applied energistics type mod that will allow me to pretty much have a computer system that stores all of my stuff. However, in order to do that, I need a lot of silicon, and the only ways to get silicon are either to smelt nether quartz, which will get very expensive very quickly, or pulverize sand, and that's probably the much better option. Now, unfortunately, if I put this, well, first of all, sand, you can't pulverize it in the crusher from actually additions, unfortunately. So we're going to go a different route. I could use my sag mill that we already had, but I think it would be actually a really good thing to have the machines from Mechanism. There are these factory machines in Mechanism that basically will do the job of like a pulverizer and a furnace and stuff, and they can do a ton of these at once. So if we make an elite crushing factory, elite smelting factory, here we go, that will allow us to basically process tons and tons of stuff at once, and it will also speed up like our ore doubling and ore processing systems as well. So that's what I want to kind of do to start with here, is I want to make an elite thingy, an elite crushing factory, and an elite enriching factory. So, getting into that, we'll start, I think, with the furnace one, and we're going to need a couple different things. I need an energized smelter, crusher, metallurgic infuser, energized smelter. Here we go. So basically, it's going to be a steel casing and some other things, and then some glass. Now, the steel casing, I should have the stuff for it right here. We're going to make 2 of those right off the bat, because we're going to need one for the other machine, too. And let's just see, if we go energized smelter, which was like over on page 4, I think. Yeah, there we go. We can make one of those guys. And then let's go ahead and make the crusher right away as well, because we're going to need one of those, too. And that's going to require 2 lava buckets. So, let's see. Crusher. Here. There we go. Okay, so we've got our crusher and our smelter. Now, these basically would work, but they would only process 1 item at a time. And by the way, for the steel, you use this guy, this metallurgic infuser, and there's some ore processing and stuff. It takes a little while, so I didn't want to do it on camera, but that's how you can get steel relatively early in the game. So, we've got that part done. Now, we need to get into the advanced factory, or we need to make the basic factories, and then we need to make the advanced factories. So, first and foremost, let's go into the crushing factory. Here we go, and we'll make a basic one. We need a little bit of iron for that, it looks like. Let's just grab a stack, because I think I need some for the other one, too. Oh, I need more steel casings. What? No. It gets a little weird. Advanced smelting factory, here we go. I need a couple of these advanced control circuits. So let's go ahead and make 4. No, I'm sorry. It was like this. There we go. Let's go ahead and make 4 of those. And let's try this again. So here we go. Advanced basic crushing factory. We'll make one of those guys. And then the smelting factory, which was right here, we'll make one of those. There we go. And then, once again, we'll look to upgrade that to a advanced smelting factory. And an advanced crushing factory. And then last but not least, we have the elite versions, and those require these elite control circuits. They also require some gold. So let's grab that. Elite control circuits are made like this? No? Is that not right? I thought it was. How do you make these? Oh, I need the red ones first. Okay, so we'll go like that. Throw those in here. We'll do that. And that, I believe, is everything we're going to need. Pretty sure. We'll find out in a minute. So there's our elite crushing factory. And then last but not least, our elite smelting factory. I need 2 pieces of cobblestone for it, which is pretty easy. Elite smelting factory? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got them made, and that's the hard part. And it looks like I actually don't need this cobblestone. So what we'll do is we'll break this guy, and we'll break this guy, and we'll put them down here. So elite smelting factory will go here, and the crushing factory will go here. And then we can configure these. You see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots that can all process at once, which is insane. We need items to come in through the top. This thing is receiving power from behind. We want it to output to the bottom. None there, and none there. Auto eject on. So basically, when we put ores in here, they'll come carried down into the crushing factory, and then the crushing factory will output them to this chest right here. Now here, I don't know if I can... I think I can input here. We may have to get another logistics pipe. We'll find out. And if that is the case, we'll have to test this. But if it can pull directly from the chest, then I can actually do away with this. So let's grab something. Do I have anything? I've got a little bit of iron ore right here. Cool. Let's just throw this in here. It seems to not be pulling. Where is... Let's see. Storage. Where's my bag that has all my good stuff in it? All my tools and things? It's got to be somewhere. Where did I put it? If I lost that, that's going to be very problematic, because it had all of my stuff. Did I put it in here? No. Let me see if I can find it. Aha! I found it. It somehow ended up in this crafting station. Whew. I was really worried there for a minute. If I lose this thing, I lose all of this, and that would be very unfortunate. Okay, so, problem solved. Also, you'll notice I have a diamond chisel and a chiseled bits bag. I was playing around a little bit with chiseled and bits. But I haven't really found a good use for it just yet. Let's change this to pull. Okay. That goes to push. So why it looked like it pulled it out. And then it... That just changes colors. None. That's weird. Input from the top. Output to the bottom. Transporter. Auto sort. That's very bizarre. Why would it... If this is set to pull, why is it pulling it out and then pushing it back here? It should be pushing it down. Let's try this. No? All right. Let's try doing away with this guy entirely. And let's try and use some other sort of item transportation. So let's just see what we have. If there's any sort of like item conduits or anything along those lines. Retrieval node. Transfer node. That might actually work. That might work pretty well, actually. Let's grab some stone. Make a couple of those. We need a chest, some redstone. Pretty easy. Chests I have. There we go. And then I need transfer pipes, which require some glass and redstone as well. Glass. There we go. And let's just try this out. That makes 64. Wow. That's a lot, actually. That's insane. All right, let's give this a try and see if this works. So if we put this guy here and put a transfer pipe there. Yeah, it looks like input extra. It looks like this part right here is not connecting. So I don't know. Why would this not properly connect? That doesn't make sense. Well, let's try this. Let's see what happens if we just put the chest right here, leave this on input, and throw those in. Doesn't look like they end up going down and into the machine. Let me see if I can come up with a solution to this. Alright guys, I am back. I've tried a couple different things. I've tried using item conduits, I've tried using just all sorts of different stuff, and for some reason, it is just not working for me. I don't know what the deal is. For some reason, it seems like it can't receive items as an input. So, like, I can take this ore, and I can put it in here this way, and change that to disabled, the redstone control, and it should smelt or it should pulverize this, but, and I mean, it's got full power. I don't know what the deal is with this thing. It's a little funky. Very funky, in fact. I don't know what's going on. I mean, this crushing, let's just see. Let's just check iron ore and just see if we look at ore dust. Actually, let's do that. Let's look at like steel dust or diamond dust. Let's look at diamond dust. So I mean, realistically, this crusher should work. And I don't know. I'm not really sure why it's not working. Unless for some reason it doesn't work on iron, but that wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, it should work on all the ores and things like that, I would think. But I mean, it doesn't look, actually, it's kind of only looking like it works on ingots. I wonder if the problem, if we do that. Oh yeah, now it wants to work. Okay. Just kidding. So, that's really interesting. So this does not work on traditional ores. It only works on other things. Which means this is not actually going to work for our ore doubling and processing solution, which is kind of what I was hoping for. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Let's try this then. Let's take this guy out. Let's see if this thing can output or can pull an input from up here. If we put that guy in, it's set to input. Yeah, it doesn't look like it can pull directly from that chest. So, and that also means that this guy will not be able to pull directly from this chest. So let's break this and break that one. Put this chest here. Put another logistical transporter right there. And we'll, come back you. We'll do that. And we need to make sure this is set to items. So pull, push. So this will work, but it's not going to work nearly as well as our previous setup, which is a little bit disappointing. I was really kind of hoping to use this as my traditional kind of ore doubling setup, but it doesn't look like that's going to work. So this will have to be used for other things. However, I can still, for example, take a bunch of sand and throw that in here, and that will start making its way into the crushing factory and getting pulverized in very large quantities, which is good. It'll work. It'll get the job done. You can see the silicon is flowing in over here, and we'll be able to use that to get into refined storage when the time comes. Still, though, that's really disappointing. That means I am going to have to keep my other setup as well that had the other crusher and then this alloy smelter. So, that's a bit unfortunate. Man, that's too bad. I don't know why the crusher wouldn't work for pulverizing ores into dust. You'd think, I mean, given that that's kind of a staple almost of modded Minecraft, you'd think that would get the job done, but I guess not. So, in that case, I'm going to have to figure out something else to do for some of this as well. Let's see. We'll probably have to set up some additional machines, I'm thinking. And maybe we'll do that over here. We're going to need a chest. How do I want to do this, though? This is going to be... This might end up being a little bit more complicated than I thought, just because I've got kind of limited storage space in this wall. I suppose we could make more conduits. We could make more energy conduits and do it that way. That might be the thing to do. So let's just throw our alloy smelter down right here just for a minute, just to keep it powered. And I want to make... let's make like 9 of these. We'll just throw those in. And of course, I forgot it can smelt. I forgot smelting iron itself is actually a thing in this mod pack. Anyway, I'm going to let that stuff smelt up, and I will be back with you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back. I think I've actually got this all figured out. One thing that I almost forgot is that these chests do not connect. So, what we could do is we could put this chest right here. Well, actually, no, we can't, because then it doesn't, Okay, we can still make this work, though. It's fine. We'll just move over here. And I'll put an item conduit here. Change this to disabled, that to insert. And then I need another chest, preferably like a spruce one. There we go. And we can put that guy right here. Change this to extract always. Throw that guy up there. And then this should work. So anything we put in here will go through the crusher into this chest and ultimately end up in this alloy smelter. However, I just realized I don't think I've actually configured this little part. Yeah, I didn't think so. So this needs to be disabled, this needs to be insert, and this needs to be extract always. There we go. Much better. Okay. So now we can put that stuff back, and it looks good. Now, I also really kind of need to get this looking better, because right now it looks well, let's be honest, it looks pretty terrible. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a painting machine from Ender.io, and then I can basically hide some of these blocks, and I think that'll be really good. So I'm going to need some electrical steel. That's going to be silicon, iron, and coal powder. Let's see, I've got coal powder here, iron, and silicon. What did I need, 5 of those? Yeah, 5 of those guys. That's pretty easy. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And let's also make sure that this is configured properly, because this needs to be push. This needs, oh, wait a minute. That needs to be push. This needs to be pull. There we go. And that way this stuff should end up over into this chest right here. Yeah. Good. Okay. So we'll get those going, and then I need a machine chassis, which is going to require a basic capacitor and then some iron stuff. I should be able to make that, I think. I've got some capacitors here, so we'll make one of those guys. There we go. And then last, I need 2 nether quartz and a diamond. So we'll go 2 diamonds. And oh, why did I grab 2 diamonds? That doesn't even make sense. Here we go. Oh, and then the electrical steel as soon as it's done. There we go. And there, we now have a painting machine, which is actually a pretty cool little thing. So that should be fine if I put an energy conduit right here. And we put our painting machine right here. Change that to ignore. This thing should start charging up. We're not really getting a whole lot of power right now because I believe it's night. And we're using solar. So let's sleep so we can make it into day. Go away, skeleton. Leave me alone. Let's sleep real quick. There we go. And hopefully this will have fixed our issue. Okay, that looks good. Now, power-wise, are we doing better? Yeah, it's definitely filling up faster, so that's good. All right, so the painting machine makes conduit facades. And to make conduit facades, we need conduit binders. To make that, we need clay, gravel, and sand. So let's see. I really need to sort out my inventory. It's kind of a disaster right now. Let's just kind of do away with some of this stuff. Okay, so gravel, sand, clay. Conduit binders. Let's just make, let's make like a stack and a half. I'm going to need them for conduit, actual conduits and stuff eventually as well. Now I think I can throw these in here. Auto sort on. Yeah, there we go. So this thing will still smelt pretty quickly, which is good. And we can get this all smelting up relatively fast. Why are you not outputting to this chest above you? That makes no sense. You should be outputting up here. Oh, because I have eject turned off. That would do it. There we go. Alright, so we can make a couple of these conduit facades. Grab a alabaster like that, and then if we throw those into the painting machine, let's see, how many of these do I need? These I'm gonna change out all the mechanism ones for the regular ones. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I will need. So let's go. Oh, did that only make 1? It did. Wow, I thought those were way cheaper than they are. Okay. Well, we'll put this in here, and they'll paint into this alabaster, which will actually look pretty good once it's all said and done. Let's switch this to a wrench so I can get rid of these mechanism pipes pretty easily. And then we'll put one here, here, and here. And then I got to get all those configured and stuff. So let me get to work on this, and I'll be back with you in a sec. All right, there we go. So we've got our facades, and all we got to do is right-click the conduits. And there we go. Now everything's all nice and hidden. Looks much cleaner, much nicer. And I think that's good. We've got this chest hiding down here. I think eventually we're going to move the atomic reconstructor and the energy cube, just because I think it'll look a little bit better. Oh, there's another one over there that I didn't see. Man, that's all right. Let's make one more facade. Just one. There we go. They are kind of expensive, considering it's basically just a cover for one block, but they do work, and they do work very well. So I'm not going to complain too much. And this all seems to be doing the job. We do still need to test this out, though. So if I throw... Oh, that needs to be a stair, so that that chest actually opens. So if I throw this iron ore in here, it should end up in this guy, which should then send it into this chest, which then sends it into the alloy smelter, and up into here. Okay, good. So it is all working out as it should be. We do have power going. I think we're in pretty good shape. There's one final thing I want to do. All right, guys. Last thing that I want to do is I want to make an actual capacitor bank as well, which is basically going to be a battery that has 5 million RF instead of the 1 million that I had here. So I think that's probably a pretty good plan, too. Let's come back, you. There we go. Let's grab this energetic alloy, and I think I've got everything I need. Oh, no, I do need to make one double layer capacitor. There we go. And let's just make one of those. There we go. We can toss this guy down right here. And this thing will start filling up, and it will store a pretty significant amount of power. Also looks like I'm drawing in 600 RF per tick, which is fantastic. That's not bad. That's very, very good early game power, honestly. Let's put this stuff away. I also want to make an octadic capacitor, but that's going to be a little bit harder. I'm going to need glowstone, vibrant alloy. How do I make that? Energetic alloy and an ender pearl? That's not terrible. Let's actually make one of those as well. I do need to get a better source of ender pearls, big time. But if we make one... Oh no, I need two of these, don't I? That's all right. If I make one octadic capacitor and put it in my alloy smelter, that will just save me a lot of time in general, because it will greatly increase the speed that this thing processes stuff. So it'll be worth it. There we go. Got it. And then I need a little bit of glowstone. Boop. And... oh, and I need to do the double layer capacitors as well, don't I? So we've got that. We've got energetic alloy here. So I need two of those guys. And then I can turn one of those into this octadic capacitor, which will be better. And we'll just swap that out. This thing will start filling up. And we can see in a minute that that thing will process ores significantly faster than the other one we were using before. And then we also have this extra double layer capacitor. I mean, I could throw it in my painting machine, but that's really kind of a waste, to be honest. Just because I'm not going to be using the painting machine all that often. It's going to be used pretty rarely. But I think we are in good shape, and I think I am out of time for this episode, guys. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.